This video will be a beginner's tutorial to normalizing and cleaning up data inside of clay.com, and specifically a lot of you may find yourself in a position like this where you just imported a new lead list inside of your clay table and the data is not good enough. So a lot of the time, if you scrape a specific website, there could be an emoji in the place of the first name. You may want to relax this first name so you don't reach out to a person calling them Alexander, but instead you call them Alex because it's a bit more conversational. You're missing the actual website of the company and a bunch of other data points. So for that reason, I'm going to give you 6 quick tips that are going to save you a lot of clay credits, a lot of trial and error, a lot of prompting trial and error specifically, and let's jump straight into it. The first tip that I have for data cleaning is when you just have the company name and you want to find the company website, all you need to do is click on Actions in the top right-hand corner and type in Clearbit. And Clearbit is a free enrichment inside of clay.com, which enables you to find the website based on a company name. So if you click on that, you should be able to see over here, it doesn't cost you any clay credits. Then click on Continue to add fields, save and run one row. And within just a couple of seconds, you find the website of a company completely for free without spending a single clay credit. So I'll put that as tip number 1, which is finding the website using the company name, using Clearbit. Now, the second step is about how you can use the OpenAI enrichment in order to clean up the company name. A lot of the time, let's say the company name over here is something like B2B Boosted Limited. You don't want to reach out to me and say, hey, I saw you work at B2B Boosted Limited, because that sounds a lot more robotic. And in that case, what we're going to do is in the top right-hand corner, click on Actions. And over here, we can just open up Use AI and type in the following prompt. And you should be able to see the prompt on your on the screen right now over here on the right-hand side. It's very, very simple, but 99% of the time I find that now it cleans up company names perfectly. So if I click on Save and run one row, you should be able to see this prompt cleaning up the company name from B2B Boosted Limited down to B2B Boosted. Let's give it a couple of seconds to think. Worth noting that I'll be giving away this exact prompt as well. All you need to do is just opt in down below underneath the video, and I'll give you this clay table so you can just play around with it, and you can copy on all of these different tips that I'm sharing with you. Moving on then, let's talk about tip number 3, which is how you can be cleaning the first names. In this case, bearing in mind that we want to relax Alexander to something like Alex. Once again, we can use AI in this case, and you can just steal my prompt, which I've got saved as one of the templates over here, which I believe is something like first name. First name cleaning over here. And we just need to provide it with a full name, the first name, the last name, work email, and like some of these fields you can just fill in as like random fields. And this prompt should still work for you. So let's just do that quickly. Last name, first name, and then we can just put that this way and then scroll down. You can see it's a really, really long prompt. It took me forever to generate it. But this way, 99% of the time, you basically find the right way to normalize the first name. And then all we're doing is saving and running one row in this view. And let's see, Alexander with a firing emoji should become Alex. So no pressure, but this will be tip number 3 and how we can use OpenAI for this. I think it still keeps this Alexander, but once again, in that case, maybe it's like if we rerun it, it probably will then give us Alex next time. But either way, that's good enough for the time being. Moving on, let's talk about normalizing domains. Now, a lot of the time inside of your clay tables, you may notice that your website domain is really, really long, and it's something like this with a HTTPS at the very start. And that means that whenever you're trying to like look up and see if that domain already got contacted, or when you're trying to find emails, sometimes that messes things up and you just need to remove the HTTPS part by clicking Actions in the top right corner and typing in normalize domain. As soon as you type that in, you should see a free enrichment by Clay to normalize the domain. You can click on that, give it the long domain, and just normalize it by isolating the domain and the option at the very bottom of that drop down. And then continue to add fields, switch on the toggle to see what the normalized URL is, save and run one row, and you should see that the HTTPS part just gets normalized to b2b-boosted.com. Moving on as well, a lot of the time you would have clay tables similar to the one that I'm showing you now, where you have the first name and the last name of the person, but you don't have the full name. So what we can do here is we can literally just click on add column, click on formula, And then over here, just basically type in first name and then use the backslash to refer to the columns, obviously, and then type in last name and click on generate formula. And that way you can see that this creates an output, and then you can even say like, and remove emojis. And then you click on generate formula again. And you should be able to see output is correct, say formula, and you have over here, you can then rename this to full name. And once again, in this case, if we want to remove the emoji forever, and over here we can just say first name, last name, and remove, and click on generate formula. And this way, this should remove the actual emoji. So the output is correct. And now we just have Alexander Jakobsen as just a quick example over here. And then tip number 6, company name. In order for us to be able to clean up company name, if we don't want to be spending any OpenAI or ChatGPT credits, the worst way to clean company names, and like it's a bit less reliable, a little less accurate as well, but you can give it a shot as well. And if you type in normalise, you should see over here the enrichment from Clay formatters where it says normalise company name. You could feed it the company name, continue to add fields, switch on the normalize name toggle, save and run one row. And this is basically a free way to normalize the company names, but I find it's a bit less accurate. So for that reason, take it with a don't use it every single time. And here we are. We've just created this clay table completely from scratch. I've given you 6 different tips, and straight away after this, I'll be giving away this exact clay table. So all you would then need to do is open up this clay table inside of your own workspace. And when you click on edit column, you can just click on templates and then click on save as templates. And this will mean that you can save this prompt once so that you can always refer to it next time. When you click on browse templates, it will be at the very top of your screen. And then you will have this clean company name magic prompt, for instance. And you can do a similar thing with all the other prompts as well. So for example, like normalizing a domain using, using just the website, you can save it as a template. And then next time, whenever you try to use it, it'll be on top of the actions over here, right in front of you as well. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. Do subscribe to the channel. If you're not inside of Unlock Clay, then what are you doing with your life? Join Unlock Clay, which is my course that teaches you Clay completely from start to finish. And other than that, you can get this Clay table link right in the description down below underneath the video. So go check it out. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.